Hey, are you listening to UnabOnAir right now? If not, what are you waiting for?
A new program has arrived on UnabRadio.com to live the English language.
Are you listening to UnabOnAir right now?
UnabOnAir will bring you news, interviews, and the best music for your Thursday afternoon. Join us at UnabRadio.com and enjoy the UnabOnAir experience. News, interviews, and the best music for your Thursday afternoon.
Good morning, Marita.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I am kind of worried, but not worry is not the word because my downstairs neighbor are the
She's
more.
what?
What have you under
What,
on
what?
your hand? You have something? Okay. Okay. And now I see. I was saying
So
my
somebody. I got a closet here. So somebody just got in to put some clothes on. So give me this.
Okay. So
What do you think? What was?
I think that
What?
what I do think that
Use your imagination. What could that be? So your neighbor downstairs is what?
throwing down the apartment, kind of.
Oh,
They're
why?
remodeling. That's the word.
No, remodeling, no, because modelate is like doing something with Play-Doh.
Okay, so
I think it's makeup. No, there's a TV show of twin brothers.
yes, I know the program, but
Build up makeup. I think it's the name. I
okay.
don't remember the name. So you are in pain right now because
Yes.
of the constant hammering on the walls.
Yes. Now you can
Yes.
listen.
You know, and there is a the best conquerors of the world. They were the most creative when they torture their prisoners, right?
Yeah.
Do you know that Genghis Khan, the greatest of all conquerors, he used to have something like that to torture his prisoners?
I didn't knew that, but I can understand that is a torture.
He used to put his prisoners into like something like this
Yeah.
by created made by
Like a domo.
no, the material was iron.
Okay.
So here inside he put the prisoners, and he just there was a soldier. I don't know if the soldier is the word for Genghis Khan army. Well, a soldier, and he says, okay, your job is to hammer the dome with a specific rhythm all day.
Over and over and over.
Yes, but with the same pace, the same rhythm. And historians, they found out that the brain, the brain starts like to get used to the sound, but when you are exposed to that cycles, to that rhythm for several hours, sometimes for many days, your brain starts to get crazy, because it starts like assimilating that sound is the only thing that you can hear.
So maybe I'm becoming crazy. I'm gonna get
Come on,
crazy.
it's what, 2 hours?
No, they started last week. Monday last week, so
Maria, you have to call the social services at university. No, this was a torture because inside, you got nothing out there, just you there, or a couple of people. He used to do it individually. So 2 days or 3 days later, no water, no food, just the sound and complete emptiness and darkness. You give the answers to the questions he wants.
yes.
And another torture that was like a you know, it was a very evil thing to do. It was by the most creative people I've known in terms of army tortures, the Romans. The Roman Empire, they were like, you know, they were beasts, totally beasts, like destroying people, destroying towns and whatever. There is a symbol of that in one restaurant here in Bucaramanga. I'm not going to say the name because they're not going to give me any money. But, you know, outside on a restaurant, a very famous restaurant here in Bucaramanga, you have a cow.
Okay.
A cow, a big cow,
Yeah.
natural size cow. What the Romans did was they have a cow like what? Like 2 times the size of a regular cow,
Yeah.
made of iron.
Okay.
And in the belly here, they have a door, a small door. So they open the belly, they put a person inside, they close the belly. So that guy was inside the cow, right? For days, no food, no nothing. The difference between this guy and Genghis Khan is that they put the dome over the ground. So you have the ground, you know, for refreshment purposes. You can dig a hole and get in the ground, you know.
Or just walk, or I don't know, move into the ground.
Yes, yes. And the problem is that for the Romans, that was not the case. They put the person inside, they close the door, right? So you were inside a iron-made cow exposed to the sun.
The heat.
Yes. And they over at the top of the head of the cow, the iron made cow, they used to, you know, do some holes, create some holes like 5, in order to not having the cow like explode inside. Why? Because under the belly they put fire on.
Okay.
So technically they were cooking the guy.
Yeah.
And they start like making
chicken.
questions, you know. No. And they start using this, especially for the guys they call barbarians, you know, the guys from the north, from Norway. Yeah. They start to do that because they consider that they were not Christians, so they deserve this kind of torture.
Fortunately, and we have now different ways of torture, like this one.
Yeah, there are new ways of torture. For example, when you live in your apartment and you have a very peaceful neighbor, you don't recognize his voice because he never speaks. You don't recognize his kind of musical taste because they never turn some music on. One day your neighbors change and you have a very, very particular neighbor, you know. Every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they let you know that they like music.
And he or she is in the mood.
Yeah, no. They let you know the kind of music they like, and they let you know, I mean, the kind of volume they like when they listen to music.
Yeah.
That's a modern way of torture because there's nothing you can do.
No, but because it's playing the music on his own house.
Yes.
So you can do nothing.
So if they put the music really high, you just call the cops. Police come. They ask you to turn the volume down. They take the volume down. Police leave, and 10 minutes later, they put it even higher than before. So there's nothing you can do. People say the only option you have is to go there, knock the door, and ask him, can I join the party? That's the only option you have.
So something like that happened with smoking neighbors. So when you have neighbors that smoke weed, you can do nothing because they are smoking on their home, and you just have to breathe in and enjoy.
You just have to go to the next door, knock the door, and say, "Hey, can I join the party?"
Yes, something like that.
Another way of torture is when you are going to a bank these days is a torture.
Yeah, I've no proof, neither doubts.
When you normally when you were on the previous days before pandemic, if you have to pay something, you just go on the day 18 or 20, so there's nobody at the bank. But now you can see the lines of the queue in British, the queue, every single day.
Yes.
Every single day you see people in the queue. So I don't understand. I mean, I don't know what they do on the 20th day of the month. I mean, I understand that the first days of the month, okay, you got people there doing, I mean, arrangements or whatever they have to do on their bank accounts. But I don't know. I mean, on the 20th day of the month, what do you do in a bank? And now you see a lot of people on the queue.
And it's curious because it's supposed that pandemic help us learning to pay bills and do bank stuff online. But since government open again everything, now the banks are fuller than before.
They are packed.
Yeah.
Pack is expression. When you go walking around the banks, you look at the bank, and if the bank has got this mirror walls, these glass walls, you look inside. You don't. It's difficult to differentiate between a bank and Metrolinear. There's people there crossed against the wall, and I don't know why. But I understand why, because cyber crimes, the
Increase
cyber
too.
crimes tendency is going up
Yeah.
very, very fast.
Yeah.
I've seen cases on TV, on radio, on Facebook, and specifically of one bank. I'm not going to say the name because
it was like
it has never happened to me, thank
ago?
God. But people refers to the same bank, so I don't know why.
Because of the new security safety
Maybe.
of their apps and webs, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know what's going on. But that's a tendency that is dangerously growing up.
Yeah.
And if the other thing is that when you got these apps, it's very easy to get some money, like a credit, a loan. If you get a loan, well, you just use the application. But in the application, they say, okay, you got the money, go to the bank and ask for the money.
Yeah. I was doing something last week, and I was like, okay, I'll do it on web. After a minute of process, an advertisement appears on my screen. Go to the bank.
Go to the bank. Yeah, that's weird. I mean, if you are doing the whole process on okay, I understand that maybe you are a new member of the bank.
Yeah.
You don't have so many movements on your bank account, so the bank needs to let's say, give you like certifies that you are the owner of the bank account.
And make some authentication process. Authentication is a word. I don't know.
I think it's certification process.
Okay, certification process. It's okay, but when you are a long-term client, it's like
Yeah, it's like weird. And then you go to the bank. I was, I have this medicine service for my daughter, and you have to pay, uh, um, a ticket for that every single month, and you have to go to the specific bank of the corporation that offers the service. I'm not going to say the name because they're not going to be any money. and every single month I try to go the last day, because the due date is like the 21 of every month, and I say, okay, on a 21st day, you will be the only person in the bank. But it's not true. Every single day that I go, it ain't matter if it is the 10th day, the 12th day, the 15th day, the 20th day, the 21st day. There's a queue there, and I don't know why. And you ask the people, why so many people in the bank? I mean, it's 20 today. No, I'm coming because I have an account problem. I have a loan that they're going to give me the money. I need to get my, that's the other thing. When you open a bank account online, you need to go to the bank to get the card.
Yeah.
So that's another line. That's
because
pretty weird.
If they send you the card to your home and you're not at home when the card arrives,
they take you back. They take it back.
Yes.
And it's better, for security. I truly understand that part. But it's a complete torture, because when you're on the line, on the queue, there's always, I hate that part, when there's a guy from the bank who opens the door and he asks questions like, who's coming to pay something? And you say, me. You go at the back, because now we are only receiving people opening bank accounts. And I'm like,
or
what?
do it on web.
Yeah, do it on web. After 20 minutes, no, we don't have that service. Do it on web. Or the worst part, when you make, it happens to me, 30 minutes doing on a line, on a queue, in a bank in Cañaveral. And I mean, this is a long line. So the only thing you can do is, you go straight to the bank and you ask the question to the security guy. Hey, can I do this here? And he says, yes, you can do it. Okay. So you go back to the line and you're, there under the sun, trying not to get robbed, stolen because of the other guys. Like the package like this. And then when you get in the bank and you go to the cashier, you say, okay, I have to pay this. They look at the ticket and say, no, you cannot pay here. You have to go to a baloto.
Yeah.
To a baloto.
Yeah.
You know how many balotos are in this city? Like 10,000 balotos.
Like
so it was
in every corner.
Yes, it was not necessary to make the damn line. Yeah. And the cashier tells me that information after the security guy says that stuff. So you get the ticket, you are like leaving the room. You don't know if you are angry. You don't know if you are hungry. You don't know if you are depressed. You don't know if you are isolated because of your stupidity. You don't know what's going on, and you want to express all those emotions to the security guard. But when he opens the door and says, have a nice day, you are like, thank you very much. And you leave.
And it's not their fault, because something I learned during the pandemic, the quarantine, was that banks change their own rules every single day. So you call and you ask to call center guy or girl, hey, I need to do this. Can I go to the bank, or which bank do I have to go? And they give you the information, and you arrive to the bank, and everything has changed. And then on that 20 minutes between your call and your arrive.
And your arrival, yeah.
Yeah.
There's another bank that I hate. It's in Cañaveral. Oh, you'll say, teacher, why do you go to Cañaveral? Because I live very close to Cañaveral. So when you arrive to the bank and it says it's open until 4. Okay, you understand that the door will be closed at 4. 1 minute before 4. But when you are on a line, on a queue, and at 3:30, listen to me, 3:30, they close the door and they say no more service. And you say, why? Is my watch broken? No, it's 3:30. Yes, but we offer service until 4. And I say, okay, so
but it's 3:30.
What happened with the rest, with the other 30 minutes? They say the other 30 minutes is to give service to the person who is inside the bank. If we let people get in, we are not going to stop our job at 4. We are going to continue until 5 or 6. And I say, okay, so why don't you put that on your freaking post there at the door and say until 4, but we close at 3:30.
Yeah, and explain the reason.
Yeah. There is another bank which is even more creative. I'm not going to say the bank, but I'm going to say that it's a bank that is very close to us.
Okay.
But I'm going to talk about, they have many different, locations around the city. This one is in Cañaveral too. They open at 8, right? And they open again at 2, I think. At 2, they give you tickets.
Yeah.
With numbers.
Yeah.
They offer 20 tickets. 20 numbers for the first 20 clients to get to the door and say, okay, I need to do this. Okay, here is your number. Please wait on the line. Right? So I came to the bank. It's 2 to 4. It was 2:45. Get on the line. And I had the opportunity to, look at the other people, and all of them, they have a paper on their hands. And I start like, okay, this sounds weird. Maybe it's a ticket parking. And I look at my ticket parking. I said, no, this is not the same thing. So I ask, hey, what's the paper for? He says, no, that's the ticket. I'm like, yes, I see that it's a ticket. What's the ticket for?
Yeah.
No, it's because they give you tickets, and if you don't get a ticket, you don't have access to the bank.
Very interesting.
Can you imagine that thing?
Nice.
So I went to the door, and I remember that day because I had to do the taxes thing. So I was trying to download a paper that I needed, and it was impossible to download it. When I finally downloaded, neither the cell phone nor the computer had the system to open it. So I had a document unreadable. So I went to the bank. So I saw the guy, the ticket, so I went to the door. And there was a lady there saying, what number do you have? And I said, okay, I say, okay, what number are you going to give me? She said, no, sorry, I don't have more numbers. And I remember that I answered, you don't have a number? numbers are, I remember I said, numbers are universal. Reality is just built because of numbers. Physics is built because of numbers. You don't have a number for me? No, we offer these 20 tickets, and I say, listen, tomorrow I have to do the taxes thing. Your app is not working. I came here because I need that paper. And you are going to tell me that as a client of this bank, I don't have service from you because I don't have a paper with a number? I was pretty mad, you know. I just asked her, can you give me a paper and I can write a number?
And I can give myself a ticket number.
And the most curious thing is the next part. The lady looked at me and she noticed that I was very angry. She says, okay, what's the paper you need? Okay, I need this paper from this account to do this process for the taxes, for the DIAN thing. Okay, let me help you. She went in, she did a process, she gave me the paper. I say, okay, thank you, but this is not the way to do it. I'm so sorry, but these guys on the line, these ladies, these people on the line, they have the same, they need the same service that you have just offered to me. They need to be heard. They need to have a fast service and quality service. And there was a guy on the line who was pretty mad, you know, a line, very long line. And I knew the guy was pretty angry. And when the girl finally gave me the paper, I grabbed the paper and I showed the paper to the guy and say, look, they gave me the paper before you. And the guy exploded and he went to the door and you are a blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, lady, thank you very much. Bye-bye. And I went running. But that's not the way to, I mean, you have your money there because you trust on the services of the bank. Don't do that thing. I mean, 20, how do you call that? 20 papers.
And that's, I think that the problem with the services at the banks is that there aren't people enough to help the clients.
Yeah, when you go to a bank, normally you see the possibility of having 4 people there and they have only 2, for example.
Or one.
And you just ask them, why don't you get, because it's not the time to do it. When you go to a specific, you go a different time and you only see 2 guys.
It's always the same situation.
Yeah, that happens. So I think that was like something I had it inside and I had to, you know, show it to a world. And I did it on the program. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
You're welcome.
Okay, Marita, time flies on radio. Imagine on streaming?
Yes, on streaming.
Gotta go. I have to do something.
See
Bye-bye.
you.
See you very, very, I don't know,
Soon.
when are you going to the university? When can we do the program on the university?
Let me check my duties.
Yes.
And we program a program there.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, are you listening to UnabOnAir right now? If not, what are you waiting for?
A new program has arrived on UnabRadio.com to live the English language.
Are you listening to UnabOnAir right now?
UnabOnAir will bring you news, interviews, and the best music for your Thursday afternoon. Join us at UnabRadio.com and enjoy the UnabOnAir experience. The news, interviews, and the best music for your Thursday afternoon.